Subtest 1, CSET matrix work, video question C. This question gives us a matrix A, and it tells us the determinant of A minus lambda I equals 0. Recall that in matrix land, I is always going to be an identity matrix. Identity matrices of the 2 by 2 form follow the structure 1, 0, 0, 1. You're always going to have a string of 1s in a diagonal fashion in this way. If it were a 3 by 3, it would follow this structure. A 1 by 1 would just be a 1 right there. Now, let's go ahead and write what matrix A minus lambda I looks like. So, lambda is a coefficient in front of the matrix, and it gets distributed to each and every entry. So 1 times lambda gives us lambda. Lambda times 0 is still 0. Lambda times 0 is still 0, and lambda times 1 is lambda. So whenever we have a coefficient out front of the matrix, multiply each and every entry by that coefficient. At this point, we're ready to add our matrices together, or really subtract one matrix from the other. So, row 1, column 1, 3 minus lambda is the result. 1 minus 0, negative 2 minus 0, so negative 2, and 6 minus lambda. This is the resulting matrix. And what we wish to do is take the determinant of that. So, I'll go ahead and change this from a bracket form to just straight lines, which you notice that now we're solving for the determinant. Recall it's of the form AD minus BC. So we have 3 minus lambda times 6 minus lambda equals, well, 1 times negative 2. So really, I'll go ahead and write out the extra step. Remember that we want the determinant to equal 0. So I'll go ahead and set this equal to 0. We have two options. We could solve from here, working backwards with our answers. I'll go ahead and write it out the pure math way. 18 minus 9 lambda plus lambda squared. We want to factor this. It's of the form lambda squared minus 9 lambda plus 20. That factors to lambda minus 4, lambda minus 5. So there are going to be two solutions. Lambda will equal 4, or lambda will equal 5. Notice how negative 4 is a trap, and our answer is lambda equals 5. Recapping the question, we were given a specific matrix, and then we were told that the determinant of our given matrix minus some kind of identity matrix multiplied by lambda equaled 0. So we had to distribute out the lambda. We had to combine the two through the subtraction properties of matrices. And then we had to actually do out the determinant. It turned into an algebra question. We factored and solved. If you understand this, go ahead and do number 3 at the bottom of the page.